Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kuujjuaq Airport once again. And today we are also in a Boeing 737, but this time in the 700 variant with Canadian North, which is another airline that flies here in the north of Quebec and north of Canada in general. And we're actually going to be flying it to Iqaluit today. In this very nice aircraft. And just for some information, so this is actually the livery of First Air, which recently merged with Canadian North a couple of years ago. And so we now have this livery. So yeah, around the same terminal we were before, with a nice tower here for the flight service station that is at Kuujjuaq. In real life, you can see that here a bit. Got some very nice ground handling deluxe livery, which is pretty rare for those northern airlines. Maybe when I landed here in the Air Inuit, I could have put that livery realistically, but yeah, Canadian North is an airline, and its call sign is Arctic. Arctic. Yeah. So and as you can see on your screen today, call sign Arctic 166. And we're going to be flying even north than where we are now. This time we are in a turnaround mode. This plane landed from Montreal. I mean, that's how it would be realistically. In real life, we do Montreal, Kuujjuaq, Iqaluit. But today we'll just be doing that last leg. So to start things up, I'm actually just going to set a bit of lighting here, as I'd like to do, because the 737 with all those lights is really beautiful. So I'll just enjoy these lights. And so yeah, first thing first, let's make sure our battery is on. Let's put the ground power here as well. It is standby power. Yep. We'll turn these off. We don't need them. Keep left aft. Start the APU later. Position lights can go to steady. It already is. Logo light and wing lights, we don't need them. It's not night yet. Emergency exit lights, those are armed. Passenger signs can go on. Packs can be at auto. They are. RS mode selector. We don't need that. That is already set. Yep, there you go. And isolation valve can go opened. So we can already set our FMC here, so it's going to be an interesting route once again, because we're in the north of Quebec, or in Canada, where the navigation is a bit less precise. Well, not really, but got less waypoints, you got less stars. For example, here we got no SID, no star. So that's going to be interesting. First thing we can do here is just make sure our position is set. It is. Our reference airport today, Charlie Yankee Victor Papa. Of a position here, which is different from the one we have. Back to route here, we can set that here, Charlie Yankee Victor Papa, and we'll be going to Charlie Yankee Foxtrot Bravo. By the way, nice to see you guys on the stream here, Andy, Emilio, and Case Coding. Nice to see you guys for this short stream. So Charlie Yankee Foxtrot Bravo. There you go. It's going to be runway, I believe, I'll need to check that actually. It's going to be runway 25 for departure. And our flight number today, Alpha Kilo Tango Arctic 166. And we can activate that. Into the departure, so no SID, but we'll need to put runway 25 here. And we'll be going direct to Yankee, Foxtrot Yankee. It's the first time I never fly with a SID because, what's that? Because like, even though they aren't RNP or RNAV SIDs, you still get the vector. Yeah, that's vector. So Yankee, Foxtrot Yankee. Direct on the arrival into Iqaluit. No star. It's going to be the RNAV. Let's put a runway 34. Oh. I think we need RNAV 34. Sorry, RNAV 16. My bad. No stars. And just for the transition here, looking at our chart, it's going to be the Charlie India Romeo Charlie Kilo transition. So we can set that in. So it's a bit the issue we have here with the fact that we don't have any SID, by the way, let's just connect that, is that it doesn't consider the vectoring, so it's gonna be a bit difficult to go direct to a waypoint which we're already heading for on the LNAV. So what we're gonna do is after takeoff, we're just already going to engage LNAV. We'll set the autopilot afterwards. Before we continue on, I'll just go ahead and set our weight. So here on the fuel weight balance, according to SimBrief, we should have payload weight of, let's go in kilograms. So 8.8, so 8,800 kilograms. Oh, sorry, that's a fuel. Sorry, payload 8.8. So 8,800 kilograms, and fuel, that's incorrect. Want a fuel of 7,800, so 7.8. And we'll call our fuel truck. 7.8 on the fuel, 8.8 for the payload. Got a nice view here. With the Quebec and Canada's flag behind. Very nice. And so, yeah, relatively short flight here. Well, very short flight actually, a bit less than an hour. And so if we go here into init, we should have our zero fuel weight. We'll set our cost index, which is of 40. We'll set our reserves, which should be... Could you upload your OFP? Hello, 737-700NG. Nice to see you. What do you mean OFP? Is that something I don't know? Not sure what OFP is. Do you know? You'll tell me. I'm not sure. Sorry about that. I'll take a look. Let's just put our planned fuel first. So we want 7.8 on the fuel here. And reserves can go to yeah, take my calculator real quick. Too lazy to calculate with my head. Well, I mean, I could, but quicker with a calculator. I think in real life I use a calculator as well, just to not mess up. So yeah, we'll have so 4.5 and the reserves here. And we'll be cruising at flight level 350. We can also just on the give some extra information here for the weather. So since we're cruising flight level 350, it's going to be minus 48 degrees outside. We can set that here. And we'll have winds blowing from 231 degrees and at 56 knots. There you go. Next N1 limit. So our temperature here, we already got it. And be -1 for the D rate. Got climb here. So we'll select climb. It already is selected. If a temperature isn't selected here, you would put it. If not, it would automatically calculate the D rate. It would automatically set the temperature, sorry. So yeah, we're doing a D rate of -1. We got climb here. And for the takeoff, it's going to be flaps 5. With the Q and let's put the, why am I saying QRH? Those are the V speeds. Trim, we got our trim here. V speeds right here. Let me just real quick go back to our takeoff. Maybe our performance N1 limit. I'll just need to confirm that temperature actually because it might not be correct. Yeah, no, it's not. It's 22 degrees. There you go. Alright, we gotta go back to our takeoff speeds. So we now have, yeah, 22 degrees, still the D rate of 1, still climb. That's all normal. Flaps 5 RV speeds here, and the trim didn't change. Alright, so we can put the FD on. The FD's on. Put, I mean, yeah, we'll put LNAV. VNAV. Not sure why it wouldn't select that. Operating flight plan. Could we climb one at the N1 limit? It wouldn't make it not function correctly, but it would reduce your climb power. Basically, because when I do takeoff -1, I reduce the takeoff thrust. If you do climb -1, I think it's to reduce the climb thrust. So you would climb a bit more slowly. It's not very common, I believe. operating flight plan, like my flight plan, I'll send a link of a PDF and the live chat. Give me a second. Alright, there you go. I sent it. You can check the PDF right there. Anyways, so yeah, let's also set V2 there, which would be of 130. Not too sure why. Can select a heading, but not LF. It's interesting. I wonder why. You were doing a flight the other day and tried to activate CMD while climbing and it didn't turn on. Yeah, so the reason for that is maybe either because your FDs weren't on, and also maybe because you were this is actually quite an important thing. If you're moving your joystick, you're not able to, like, if you're holding your joystick and kind of moving it, like even just lifting the nose up, the autopilot won't engage. In order to engage the autopilot, you actually want to make sure that you're not like touching your yoke, because if you are, it won't engage the autopilot, which is interesting. But yeah, so not too sure. Give me a second. Oh, here's our fuel. 7.8. We are loaded. Let me check if we need... No, not the center. Hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to understand why I can't engage LNAV. If not, our heading should be... I imagine 250? Actually, wait, actually, since we are parallel to a runway right now, we can, and it says heading 245, I'll put heading 245. And yeah, also take a look at our plan here. So we're doing a weird turn here, which is interesting. Might go direct circ at a moment to make it more efficient. Just go into map. Yeah, so we're doing this sort of turn. Yeah, so I'm not too sure why I can't engage an LNAV here. I think I had a similar situation with VNAV on the 777. So what I'll be doing is, let's take a look on how I was flying it. Yeah, I'll take a look at our Paris Montreal flight. So yeah, I'll just need to fix this problem here with the LNAV. Yeah, just give me a second. I'm looking at that 777, my 777 flights, because as I said, we had issues with a VNAV there not engaging. I think it was because of a performance init page. Yeah, you can hear me in the background. Anyways, yeah, it's a bit weird. I'm not sure why we can't engage LNAV like that. Yeah, I'm not too sure what it would be. We still have time on our schedule here, but yeah, just give me a second, guys. Alright, yeah, not too sure why it's doing that. Because we can engage heading mode, so... Oh no, we'll see. I'll see if we get any answer getting... Um... Yeah, we'll see if we get any answers from people here on the Discord server where I asked the question. In the meantime, we can just set our transponder 200, no ATC here at Iqaluit. Montreal Center is offline. Can make sure, well, we do have our IAS at least for V2 here, which is of 130 knots. So we have that right here. Actually, let me take a look, because the only time where we engage LNAV with, like, on a fully RNAV SID is when we were flying from Denver to Vancouver. So now I'm wondering if we were able to set LNAV here. Seems like we were, so got really no idea why. I, I got absolutely no idea. Interesting. I'm wondering if it's maybe because we just have no SID here available, but... let's put our altitude here to 35,000. Landing altitude at Iqaluit is of 410 feet. Got our yaw damper window heat on. Yep. As a climb thingy, the N1 limit Yeah, no, yeah, it is. The climb, yeah, normally it's climb, fall, and derate 1. So flight altitude, landing altitude. Flight directors on. I'll keep the heading for now, but yeah, I'll try engaging LNAV. Minimums 110, so it's going to be 210. I'll reset that for now. Altimeter at Kuujjuaq, altimeter 2967. Odd brake can go to RTO. And yeah, so pretty much ready now to prepare ourselves for pushback. We can start the APU. And we're going to close our doors. Remove the chocks as well. So let's make sure to arm our auto throttle. So I'm just, yeah, we got some new people trying to help me out there. Appreciate your help, guys. Try deselecting heading and select. I think, yeah, I believe it's because I have no SID here. We got no SID here at Kuujjuaq. Yeah, there's no SID here at Kuujjuaq. SIDs, none. Yeah, we still got runway 25. Alright, so yeah, we got confirmed from Discord server that we can't engage LNAV after takeoff, and we can't engage it on the ground because we got no SID. So now that this is all set, yeah, we can prepare to start our engines, right? So we got the odd throttle, we got the APU running. Let's put the APU gen on here. We'll disconnect the GPU. Put the anti-collision lights on. Put the fuel pumps on, so we're not using the center tanks. On. We're not using the Geez, I can't talk. Center tanks. Put all this electricity hydraulic pumps on. They are, and I'll make sure to have our APU bleed on. So that's that. By the way, let's just make sure we got 7.8. So 8.8. All right, 7.8. Perfect. Yeah, usually you would have a vector fit if it's like a hybrid RNAV, so like in Toronto, for example. Yeah, we should be able to engage LNAV after takeoff normally. If not, we'll just fly with the heading mode and use vertical speed instead of or actually, I think VNAV would still work without LNAV, right? Yeah, thanks for the help, anyways, guys. So I appreciate appreciate your help. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Let's put the packs off. And yeah, we'll be ready for engine. Sorry, let's make sure everything is clear here. It is. Let's make sure we've got 12.8 on our radio. We do. And so yeah, can start engine 2. I don't see any vector fix. So I don't know, maybe it's because we're in the level up. Maybe it's a bit different from Zebo if that's what you're basing yourself on. I don't know, we'll see. I should probably still should set those views here so we don't see the interior, but all right. So let's put generators. Well, let's put them to cons as well. Generators 1, 2 on. Can turn off the APU. Probe heat can go on. Anti-ice, we don't need that. Packs can go back to auto. Isolation valve can go to auto. APU bleed can go off. The APU is off. Engine start switch is con. We'll put flaps 5. Elevator trim. Let's set the trim here. Oops. So 5.75 is our trim today. So yeah, that should be correct. And yeah, that's pretty much it. when you direct to your first fix, yeah. I mean, there's no really way of going direct here because it's the LNAV here is already going direct to the first waypoint. There's no vector point here for some reason, but anyways, we'll see, as you say. So put the taxi lights and runway turn-off lights on, and we'll pull our ground chart. It's taxiing via Bravo to runway 25. I don't think anyone will hear us on Unicom, but might as well. Might as well be realistic. Kuujjuaq traffic, Arctic 166 taxiing to runway 25 via Bravo Kuujjuaq. And we can release our parking brake. Add a bit of thrust. What do you mean, should you only press load on your approach? And what's the G1000? I'm a bit confused, sorry. We'll see after takeoff. Alright, so quite a short taxi here. As you can see, we'll reset our fuel flow. Put the landing strong taxi. What is going on with the aircraft? Thank you. Got strobe and steady. We can put the landing lights on. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Kuujjuaq traffic, Arctic 166 departing runway at 25, departing north Kuujjuaq. Could you turn up the volume? We'll see after takeoff how loud it is because right now we're just taxiing so we don't hear much, but we'll see after takeoff how the sound goes. Anyway, so we can line up on runway 25 now. We'll go 40 on our thrust and engage Toga. I'll hand fly to 1000. Is it with ATC? Right now there's no ATC online at Kuujjuaq and Montreal Center is offline. So sadly we're just on Unicom right now, but we are on the VATSIM network. Toga. Not too sure what happened to the auto throttle there.
80 knots. V1, rotate.
Rotate. That's a late rotation.
Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
What?
Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear.
Autopilot engage above 1000 foot AGL.
400.
Get you autopilot.
1000.
LNAV.
Wind shear. Wind shear.
Alright, wind shear. Flaps 2, flaps 1, flaps up. Yeah, I'm not just going to ignore what just happened. Almost crashed. But we did engage LNAV, so that's a good thing, right? No, more seriously, what happened on takeoff? Okay, so I'm still struggling with toga mode here because no, it's not climbing too fast. We're good. That was a bit close. A bit too close, I'd say. Should be reducing 250. Yeah, no, yeah, I was struggling with the toga there. No, CMD is on, and LNAV, yeah, we managed to put LNAV on after takeoff, so that's good. Put the landing lights. That's a bit early, actually. Sorry, I meant the runway turn-off lights are off. Landing lights are at 1,000. 10,000, sorry. Landing gear off. Put the engine start switches to off. We can, yep, got that gear. We can put the auto brake off as well. And now we can put the landing lights off. And the seatbelt sign to auto. Am I using SID charts? Well, we got no SID here, but usually, yes, I am using SID charts, but on our flight today, we got no SID at all, which is pretty rare. Like, not even a vector SID. Alright. Altitude disagree. Oh, yeah, didn't put the altimeter here. The first officer's side. Clouds add-on. Yeah, I do have an add-on here. Those are not the default clouds. I'll need to find it, actually. I sadly don't have a link with me right now, but I'll try finding it. And when I will find it, I'll send it to you guys. But for now, I don't have a link, sadly, nor a name. But I'll try getting it soon. Sorry about that. Yeah, a lot of people ask me what cloud add-on this is because it is a bit difficult to find it, I believe. But yeah, so. Those are freeware clouds, actually. A freeware add-on. Yeah, I'll take a look at a replay there, but something was wrong with the toga. Like it disengaged the auto throttle for some reason. Got no idea why. And I think then we lost a bit of thrust for like a second, so I re-engaged the auto throttle. We went back to toga and we rotated a bit late, I think just because the auto throttle disengaged for a second. Still trying to figure out why the auto throttle disengaged. Because it shouldn't. Maybe it's because my throttle quadrant moved accidentally. I don't think so, but I guess. Let's reset the altimeter. Yeah, but we stalled because we rotated too late compared to the runway length. But before that, if you look on the replay, on the takeoff roll after pressing toga, like 5 seconds or 10 seconds after pressing toga, the auto throttle disengaged. So, not too sure why that's the case. When I practiced before, I didn't disengage the auto throttle, so. But yeah, but for the LNAV, so when you have no SID, you just need to engage it, and you can engage it after takeoff. Just not on the ground when you have no SID. But yeah, so we're now heading to Kuujjuaq, a short flight. We go on what 44 minutes remaining here. ETA, set that to I'll just set it to 01 Zulu. 0100 Zulu. Took off a bit late here on our schedule, and also we also actually took off late. That's quite funny, but yeah. So we were late on our schedule and late on our rotation. I'd say I would argue the second one is a bit more of an issue for the aircraft, but. Yeah, so we'll be reaching our cruising altitude quite shortly, about 11,000 feet to go, so. And we're on a heading of 022, so yeah, it's going to be an odd number here for our flight level, as SimBrief gave us. Put our bank to 10 degrees. Seems I was already airborne. That's kind of weird because V1 was at 130 knots, and if I'm correct, I don't know, well, around 130 knots, if I'm correct, we were only at 100 knots when the auto throttle disengaged. And in either case, even if we are passing rotation speed, we shouldn't be. Auto throttle shouldn't disengage like that. Yeah, the auto throttle disengaged like 5 seconds when we were at 54 knots. And we went off center line a bit because of that as well, but maybe it wasn't a good idea to derate the engine on such a short runway. So we rotated like just before the end of a runway, so I don't think we actually hit anything. Oh, into the clouds. Yeah, I'm looking at the replay right now. But the thing is, I think we had a stall here. Well, the auto throttle disengaged 2 times, which is concerning. And then after rotation, I think it stalled actually. And I'm not too sure why that's the case, because we did rotate. Like, we did rotate before the end of a runway, so I'm not too sure why our climb was an issue. Maybe system disconnected. You were flying too low, disconnected autopilot. Autopilot is not engaged on a takeoff roll. So I'm not too sure why it would stall.
That's a late rotation.
Yeah, maybe the fact we were, because the rotation was still very late, so maybe the fact we rotated late and we were airborne and we were very close to the ground maybe disconnected the auto throttle as a sort of emergency situation, like take control of the aircraft, you know? And the auto throttle disconnected actually when my throttle equation was at low thrust, so didn't really gain any speed when we lost, like my thrust was reduced, I think, when the auto throttle disengaged. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to understand why that happened. Alright, we've reached 35,000 feet. Stalls the... Jeez, I keep hitting my joystick. The stall started just after I put gears up, but... And I also had some wind shear alerts. I don't know if that was that bit anything, but interesting important to note, I guess. And then, yeah, re-engage the auto throttle. It's actually interesting here because when the auto throttle disengage for nice clouds, yeah, yeah, they are nice, designed with default ones. I'll leave you guys with this outside view, exterior view, for a bit. Okay, so I'm realizing something is that when taking off and when the auto throttle disengage for the first time, I look at my engine information here on the screen to the right, and I can see that for some reason the right engine reduces to 60 to 57.9, while the left engine's on 91.8. And which also explains that we went off center line quite drastically. But if we and the engine is actually the right engine actually stays at 57.1 even after I re-engage the auto throttle. And then after we rotate, for some reason the left engine reduces to 57.1 as well. Even to all the way down to 50. So after rotation, both engines are at 50, around 50. Auto throttle disengage. Then I take manual control of the throttle. Yeah, I'll need to check. That's very weird. One explanation I could see is that my actual throttle here may be like moved on the takeoff roll. Hello, Avion Films. Nice to see you. Were you from the? I know I've seen you somewhere, but I forgot if it's from PTFS videos or from a last stream. But I remember your name. So we're just close to our top of descent here, actually. So let's take a look at our altitude restrictions we have here on the RNAV Zulu. So about 2,300 feet, and then we take control of that. So I'll just set that to 2,300. Yeah, last stream. Yep. Yeah, I do remember you. So we're still in the north of Quebec here, flying to Iqaluit today. In the 737-700 from Canadian North this time, which is another airline that flies to the north here of Canada. Swiss Cheese 912 videos and West Landing Cops and Georgia. Yeah, well, I used to be into that PTFS YouTubers group before PTFS kind of stopped, or at least not really, but like at least us, the YouTuber generation, if I can say, even though that's not really a generation, but you get the idea. Kind of stopped. Everyone started moving to flight simulation, like I did. But yeah, before that I used to do PTFS videos, which still exist today. A Canadian also, nice. Alright, you gotta go. I'll see you. See you on the next stream. Nice, even though you stayed, you're not very long, but nice to see you back on the channel. Yeah, thanks for your support, Avion Films. I appreciate it. About halfway into our flight here. So I'll just mute myself until we reach our top percent here, and then I'll be back. I'll still be in the live chat.
Descent level, max, mid-right turns,
Alright, welcome back. So we have already started our descent, as you can see here. I've selected our approach speed, put the minimum barrow here, 210 feet. Put the RNAV Zulu course, as well as set it here. And I'm also going to set our auto brake, so because it's a short runway, I'll check the length actually. About let me check, 8,600 feet, which is longer than one Kuujjuaq. So I'll put auto brake free, not max. We'll stay at free. And yeah, so once we pass 18,000 feet, we'll put the altimeter in. So the altimeter in Iqaluit is 2970. Just gonna put that in. And we'll be going direct to Charlie India Romeo Charlie Kilo, around here, just so we do a nice downwind instead of going here and doing a left turn again, which is a bit inefficient. Still no ATC online. Munchell Center's offline. Very sad. It must be quite rare to see aircrafts on VATSIM going to northern Canada like that. Not only like North Quebec, but also in like a Yellowknife, White Horse. We got some mountains here. If I can put the terrain radar for our first officer so we can take a look. Our elevation though at the airport's not that high, so should be fine. So it's an RNAV Zulu, not an RNAV Yankee, aka RNAV GPS, not RNAV RNP. By the way, I'm realizing I messed up arrival time. I was putting the time remaining instead on the stream there. Anyways, that's fixed. Alright, so I'll be passing through 10,000 feet shortly. Put the landing lights on, the seatbelt sign on. And we'll be going direct Charlie into Romeo Charlie Kilo now. There you go, got a nice downwind. So we're doing a bit of a steeper descent. Is this real live weather? It is, yep. And we can maybe just do a Unicom call, so. Iqaluit traffic, Arctic 166 passing through 8,400 feet, inbound for the RNAV Zulu, runway, RNAV GNSS, runway 16, Iqaluit. There you go. Can we see the airport? There's an ILS runway 34, but we're landing on the other side today, so the airport should be right here somewhere. Where exactly, I don't know. So looking at the meter here at Iqaluit, so winds 160 degrees 5 knots, perfect. 13 statute miles, nice. Few at 3,000, broken at 5,400, broken at 15,000. Overcast at flight level 260. Temperature 8 degrees, dew point 3 degrees, altimeter 2970. Alright. Here's the airport. So, continuing our landing checklist here, so we want to make sure we got our spoilers armed. They are. Make sure we got our engine start switches to cont. Can go ahead and put flaps 1. I'll make sure to have our runway turn off lights on as well. So we got some nice visibility here. So it is here at speed 125. Reducing airspeed. Put the gear down shortly. Flaps 15. Put the gear down. Flaps 25.
Gear down, 3 greens.
That's going to fix real quick. So we're 8.5 miles away. Flaps full. Iqaluit traffic, Arctic 166 on the Arnav GNSS runway 167 miles up. So yeah, I'll just set our speed here. Normally should put in. Speed 125, there we go. We'll be taking control of the aircraft shortly. Iqaluit traffic, Arctic 166, landing runway 166 miles final. Iqaluit. Alright, so yeah, I'll disengage the autopilot a bit early. I'll keep the auto throttle a bit, and I'll disconnect it afterwards. Disengage the auto throttle. Got perfect winds.
Approaching minimums. Minimum.
Where was the callouts?
80 knots.
What happened to the callouts? I didn't know when to go idle. Yeah, well that was kind of bad because didn't know when to go idle, so that's a bit of an issue. No idea why. Why we didn't have any callouts. That's not very good. No bold text. What is that? Anyways, you can put the probe heats off. Speed brake. Iqaluit traffic, Arctic 166, clear from near 16 Iqaluit. Yeah, not the best default scenery here at Iqaluit. The runway turn off lights off. Put. You got auto brakes off. Let's put the strobe lights to steady.
Contact ATC. Request takeoff clearance.
probe heat, engine start switches can go to off. I'll just park here. Can put the taxi lights off. Engines shut down. Well, that was a bad landing. Shouldn't have been a bad landing. But GPS call out sky just like disappeared. But yeah, so welcome to Iqaluit. Alright, so we'll just put this aircraft in a cool and dark state, but first I just put the fuel control levers. No, sorry, that's already done. IPU bleed there, we can put that on. Anti-collision lights can go off. Fuel pumps can go off, except left aft. Like electric hydraulic pumps can go off. Isolation valve can be opened. Flight directors can go off. And yeah, so that's it for now. You can also disconnect from VATSIM. And yeah, let's take a look at that replay. It's kind of sad though, because the approach was really nice. Where can I find the key to reverse thrust and spoilers? If you're talking about the speed brakes, that would, if there's no key behind it, it's actually, if on your joystick you got a sort of throttle, it automatically sets it and you can choose a sort of throttle mode. It's different than pressing a button, you know, and same for the reverse thrust, that's included in the thrust. Yeah, I'm sure you can find tutorials on YouTube. Yeah, like the approach is really nice. It's kind of sad I didn't bother this one. Even the final approach was nice, like. Just that we didn't hear the call outs for some reason. So I idled way too late. Probably should have idled like here, which was probably 30 feet. So we bounced, of course. Touchdown again. Second touchdown was not too bad. I mean, landing still acceptable, to be honest. Second touchdown, according to Atlanta, minus 154 feet per minute. So yeah, not too bad, even though we bounced quite heavily. So I'll give you guys some views of the landing here. That runway is thick. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's pretty large. Let me get the to say no, it doesn't. Oh well. Yeah, it's pretty wide. Alright, sorry, I needed to do some stuff, so couldn't talk for a bit. Yeah, nice to see you, Corin, on the street. So I had an issue actually on the. Sorry, my mic is all tangled up. I had an issue with. I still don't know why. Actually, you'll tell me maybe, Corwin. My GPWS. Dude, I can't talk. My callouts basically. I don't know. They disappeared. Like for some reason they weren't there. Not too sure why. Um, on the cockpit replay there, you'll see. You'll see that we don't hear them. So yeah, there were no GPWS callouts for some reason. And so as you can see just here, I didn't know when to go idle. Usually you do that 30 feet, and so we bounced because we were too fast when touching down. Which is a bit sad because the approach is really nice, and all, but the callouts, the GPWS callouts. So yeah, I don't know, they weren't there for some reason. And so we bounced, as you can see. So not the best landing because of that. Still acceptable though. Managed the bounce. Sorry. Also had some issues on the takeoff, but I'll see that later on the replay. But yeah. Apart from that, yeah, the approach is nice. Again, just not too sure why. Prob to do with your I don't know what word. All right. I pressed the wrong button. Talking about the takeoff or the landing? Because I mean, usually I don't press any other button. Like I just have my barrel here, 210 for the minimums. I hadn't had my minimums on, and usually when your minimums are not on, it like um. It would still say 50, 30, 10. Oh, you're calling me on Discord. All right, give me a second. Hello
Tell
again,
them it's on.
everyone. We are with Corwin now on Discord.
Hello.
We're talking about landing a bit and flights in general. But yeah, so we'll be ending the stream here. A nice short flight. Had some issues, takeoff, landing, but overall it's great. And tomorrow, yeah, I think tomorrow, yeah, we'll be flying from Iqaluit to Ottawa in the 767 from Cargojet, so that's gonna be cool.
Woo!
And also we'll do a small Dash 8 flight Ottawa Montreal afterwards. But yeah,
That's gonna be a long. That's gonna be a. So yeah, guys, you gotta keep excited. That's gonna be like a 4-hour stream, isn't it? It's gonna be a.
yeah, probably. I think 4 hours. I think the longest I've done was plane spotting in Montreal one with
Yeah, that was
like
12
10.
hours. I don't think you'll really beat that. Well, when you're streaming Sydney, the Sydney to Vancouver Sydney flight.
Yeah,
That'll
that
be.
would be like 17 hours.
Oh wait, are you gonna do that in 2 parts? Are you gonna turn off the stream while you're sleeping, or
Oh no, I'll
just
see.
keep the stream?
Yeah, good question. But yeah, so thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate your support, as always. And yeah, as I said, I'll see you tomorrow. So enjoy your life, I guess. Gee, I don't know. I never know what to say on the outros.
I mean,
So,
if you want, I can try taking over a bit.
yes, go ahead.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy flights. It's beautiful weather all around the world, mostly except for like tornadoes in the US. But yeah, in happy flying. And I can't think. I was gonna say something. Yeah, this is really hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it is hard to do outros.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is a very weird thing to say. So I departed Frankfurt, and there's this small German town that I'm about to fly over again called Frankfurt.
Call what?
There's this. I'll send you a photo. Okay. Bye, stream people. Sorry, this is just absolutely bonkers. Join the Discord if you want to see this photo. If you want to, yeah, plug. Shameless plug.
Link in the description. All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.